I will comment on Sir Neil's points and I want to reinforce some of them and disagree with others. So I don't think it's fair to compare Europe's contribution to Ukraine with China's contributions to Russia, because we've actually spent our own money on helping Ukraine, 120 billion euros and counting. China is making money out of its trade with Russia and is actually taking over markets for consumer goods or for cyber products that used to be ours. So China is getting itself a vassal on the cheap, in fact, enriching itself in the process. From their point of view, what's not to like? On the other hand, on sanctions, it's even worse than you think, Neil, because you said that dual-use goods are flowing to Russia via Central Asian states. And these statistics of supposed spikes in European trade with Uzbekistan and Tajikistan are indeed impressive. What's actually happening is worse. Tajikistan and Uzbekistan are in the documentation. The stuff is going directly to Russia, supposedly in transit to Central Asia. This is how pathetic our sanctions are. And we could do better. I've bored down into this. The legal authority that we as the European Union have over any entity that has ever used the euro currency or that has ever done a trade with a company or an individual in the European Union is the same as the United States has over transactions in the dollar. So theoretically, legally, we could set up a regime that would punish anybody who has ever used the dollar or the euro. That's a powerful weapon. What is missing on our side is the enforcement mechanism. So the Americans have a huge department at the Treasury where hundreds of people are tracking transactions worldwide. With us, Mr. Sullivan in Brussels has a staff of a dozen people, and enforcement is delegated to the member states, some of which do not have the bureaucratic capacity or even the teams that would do that. And this is what needs to be changed, because this would be the easiest way to do it. On preparedness, an important British commander told me that Britain calculates that Putin needs 5 years to reconstitute the army that he had before the full-scale invasion, and 10 years to create an army that could credibly threaten NATO. So actually we do have a bit of time. Ukraine has given us this precious time, and the question is, will we use it? On Poland, I think our most useful role in the info war is to talk to the horribly named Global South. I've just been to Malaysia, the Philippines, and it is important to explain to them that colonialism was not only Western Europeans and white people on colored people, that it was also white people on white people. It's easy to explain it in Ireland, it's easy to explain it in Poland or Ukraine, but they don't necessarily get it. So when we, Poles, Ukrainians, Balts, tell the Global South that this is a colonial war and you should be sympathizing with the victim of a colonial war, we are more credible than Americans, the British, or the French. And that's what we should do. And lastly, I think, just thinking about the battle of metaphors, the bad guys are a bit like drug cartels with a turf of their own, and they have the FDA as the common enemy, and so sometimes they do favors for one another. Maybe that's an interesting way to put it too.
So the international drug cartel, yes. Yes.